Help Wanted, Must Love Books. Written by Janet Summer Johnson. Art by Courtney Dawson. Unlike most kids, Shaylee loved bedtime. She'd shimmy into her PJs, brush her sparkling smile, then raid the bookshelf for the perfect bedtime stories. Her dad would squish into the rocker with her, and they'd read until her eyelids refused to stay open. This arrangement worked perfectly. Until her dad got a new job. Finally, Shaylee reached her limit. "You're fired," she announced. She put up a job notice first thing the next morning and began interviews shortly before bedtime. Help wanted. Bedtime storyteller. Must love books. Apply within. Interviews begin promptly at 6:30 p.m. The fierce competition scared off the first 3 applicants. The next applicant brought along her 7 bodyguards, which was fine until Shaylee offered them snacks. "Don't eat that! It's the Wicked Queen in disguise!" Shaylee refused to interview any other applicants that night. Before going to bed, she added a line to her job notice. Help wanted. Bedtime storyteller. Must love books. Apply within. Individual applicants only. Interviews begin promptly at 6:30 p.m. The next night, the first applicant seemed delightful until he ran away with the book.
As fast as you can.
Shaylee refused to come out from under her bed to interview applicant number 2.
The yawn of a tired one.
In the morning, Shaylee changed her sign again. Help wanted. Bedtime storyteller. Must love books. Apply within. Individual applicants only. Human applicants only. Interviews begin promptly at 6:30 p.m. At the next interview, Shaylee's ears pricked right up. The applicant could spin tales that kept her on pins and needles. She was just about to offer the job when the woman zonked out mid-sentence. The second girl was very particular about where she would sit. "This chair is too hard. This beanbag is too soft. This bed is just right." Help wanted. Bedtime storyteller. Must love books. Apply within. Individual applicants only. Human applicants only. Must be able to stay awake past 8 p.m. Interviews begin promptly at 6:30 p.m. Shaylee had low expectations for the next round, but the first applicant had a very impressive resume. Her voice was musical. She could stay up past midnight, and she was obviously human. The 2 of them had a ball, until Shaylee noticed the sooty fingerprints all over her favorite book. The second applicant hooked her right away. His storytelling gave her goosebumps, as did the gunk between his teeth. Yuck. Help wanted. Bedtime storyteller. Must love books. Apply within. Individual applicants only. Human applicants only. Must be able to stay awake past 8 p.m. Solid hygiene skills required. Interviews begin promptly at 6:30 p.m. Shaylee despaired of ever finding a replacement for her dad until one final job seeker showed up. He looked kind of familiar, and his voice was just right. Best of all, he smelled like strawberries and chocolate chip cookies. So, Shaylee offered him the job. On one condition: off limits during bedtime stories. Hey friends, it's me, Miss Olivia. Thanks so much for listening in to Help Wanted, Must Love Books. Please support the author and illustrator of this book by purchasing your very own copy. I hope you enjoyed listening to this story as much as I enjoyed reading it to you. Until next time, my name is Miss Olivia. This is Miss Olivia Reads, and I cannot wait for you to join me for another reading adventure very soon. Bye, friends.